What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened. I'm here on my alt account, and it's finally time, y'all! We are busting into Nightmare mode. So you see, I am level 70 here. I went back and did the Insane Summit on campaign already, so all of the requirements are met, and I am ready to jump into Nightmare. Now, my target here for just getting started, of course, is the Ancient Mines, which is the second map. Now, this means for me to be able to do Ancient Mines on survival, I'm going to have to get to Ancient Mines on campaign. So, first things first, we got to start at the beginning, and here we go to the Deeper Well on Nightmare for our very first attempt. And here we go, back to the Deeper Well once again. Now, I'm going to be changing my gear around probably here. The reason being is that I've been focused so much on the EV. Well, Nightmare mode is going to have the Djinn, and the Djinn is going to suck up those proton beams like a vacuum cleaner, and those builds are going to be a little bit more sketch. So this is what I'm going into this run with, but I probably will move some gear around and change some stuff up. But we've got the EV here. We've got the Apprentice. Using some spike blockades, and then the Monk. So, what do we want to do here? Well, to start things off, we just don't have a whole lot of room to play. We've got, what, 160 DU. I think to get things going, let's go with a spike blockade on every lane. Now, the Ogre, I think, will come from one of these top lanes. I think it will come out of that one. I mean, we're going to have to see. But the problem with getting our walls down is we got 40 DU left. Now, 40 DU is exactly the amount we need for a proton beam, but we don't know where the Ogre is coming from yet. So, we don't have any damaging defenses on the map, and we're out of DU. However, we've only got 12 enemies to contend with, so I think for wave 1 here, we're just going to manual kill them all. So let's go ahead and get it done here. We want... Oh, I got spootered already. Let's get these couple of spiders out of the way first. These are tanky mofos, too. The Gobus should burn a little quicker. But we're going to have 12 enemies. One of those 12 is going to be an Ogre. Oh, the Ogre's coming from down below. Alright, so I was off. So we're going to grab a proton beam and we're going to throw it right here just to help kill this Ogre here. And then just burn through the rest of these mobs manually. I guess it's just completely random where the Ogre comes from every time. We got one more spider. These spiders is tanky. Just gonna let that Ogre go ham on that wall for a little while. We got 2 enemies left. There's an archer or something down there too. So let's just go ahead and proton charge them so we can get them both. Alright, we've got the archer down. So we just need this Ogre to die, and it's gonna take a minute. But we got plenty of mana to keep this wall repaired. The proton is putting work in and slowly burning them down. And then of course we'll help with that as well. Not going to just take the free ride from the proton beam, that's for sure. It's going to take a minute, though. Cue in SpongeBob 6 years later. We're just about there. He's burning away faster than my wall is burning, so that is a good sign, that's for sure. But we're breaking into Nightmare mode, so we're not going to be killing anything very quick. Now, for those curious, what did I do? All I did was Ancient Mines Survival and Insane. I never went on and did any other maps. Now, I planned on doing Prom with Survival, but I ended up hitting level 70 just from grinding out rock pets in the mines that I just never had to move on to that next tier. Now, we're probably going to sell this proton beam. We got 295... 297. Man, the mana is tight on this map, that is for sure. If I only had 3 more. And there it is. let's get a couple of DSTs down. And then same thing, we just don't have very many mobs. But let's go with a DST like that. We'll go with, actually let's just put it right next to it, because I'm not sure how many more we're going to put. But we'll put another DST, like, about, like, say that. And 28 DU left. Now, I would love to play on my apprentice right now, but I just am not putting out enough power. So I think I'm going to have to tough it out on the EV through the rest of this one. Now, I'm tempted with this proton beam. Do I just leave it there? I mean, for now, yeah, let's just leave it there. I'll decide what I need to do with that here once we get to that point. Now, this is a huge, huge help having those two DSTs in. There's just no doubt. You see these tanky old spiders are getting one-shot here by those guys, and that is good stuff. Alright, we actually got an ogre at the same lane again. So, good call on leaving that proton beam there for sure. And we're getting a little bit more mana laying around too, so we'll be able to get, hopefully, a few more things built out here before this is all said and done. We got 27 mobs left, but it's going to take that ogre a good bit to pound through that wall. Oh wow, that DST making light work of that ogre. He was really low before he made it to the wall. That is good stuff right there. We might end up just being able to DST the crap out of it. See, we got 28 left. 2 more DSTs and a buff beam on them. That would be what? That would leave me 8 DU remaining. Which I could go with like 2 ensnares and a reflect beam or something maybe? Now, we still are going to be focusing on physical damage, and that's one of the things that made the proton so good so early. The DSTs are physical damage as well, and that is, of course, a huge, huge help. Let's see. Let's grab all of the juice we have available here. I think, yeah, we're going to go 2 more DSTs and a buff beam, and I think that might just clear the map here. Let's see how it goes. So we need... what? We need 1 this way. And then the last one, say about like that. I didn't place those very well, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get away with a 4 DU, but I also have the extra DU. So we're just going to drop a 5 down right there. That is going to leave what? I could go 2 ensnare auras and just split the lane with those. That's going to give a little bit of a help with that ogre, as it's going to slow the ogre's attacks just a touch. Good lord, I keep interrupting it though. I'll get this damn ensnare aura placed at some point today, I promise. Now, one of the things I'm going to want to do right away is my Huntress is low level. I never leveled my Huntress up. If we take a look at my heroes, my Squire's only level 66. And I never leveled my Huntress at all. So my Huntress, I think, is like level 30-something. In fact, good lord, I interrupted it again. Stop with the right-clicking, dang it. Hands off the mouse. Let me see, what is... oh, he's level 41, so not too far behind, but can't even equip the legendary gear that I got from Insane Mode yet. So certainly won't be able to equip anything from Nightmare here. Actually, that piece is only level 45. That's a crappy piece, but... now we got 1 DU left. What do we do? Well, I think the only natural choice is going to be to throw a Reflect Beam in right here, just in case the ogres get all snotty on things. And let's just let it fly now. I mean, this should be a big difference now. 4 DSTs, because it's just low mob count. You know, 54 mobs, and it's wave 3. So... I mean, the DSTs, even at their slow fire rate, are just going to shred through 54 mobs, because the majority of the mobs are a one-shot. And look at that ogre, man. Holy crap. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. DSTs. DSTs. They're just so good. This ogre, too, just smoked. Very, very nice. So, yeah, we're going to be at Ancient Mines here in no time at all. That is for sure. Let's see. We got a good bit of mana, too. Let's do the right thing. We'll upgrade that, and then I'm just going to save the rest of this for an emergency upgrade on a wall, assuming I'll need one. So we got 58 mobs here in Wave 4, so just a couple more mobs, but not that big of a deal. And the DSTs are doing their thing. That is for sure. What is the fire rate on those? See, on that buff beam, it's at one shot every 1.69 seconds, so certainly not attacking very quickly. But it's doing 58,000 damage a pop. So, I mean, that is good stuff. When you're talking about ogres that have, what, 400,000 or 500,000 health, doing that much damage in one whack is pretty dang good. You see, the ogres aren't even making it. So, good stuff here. Now, remember, too, this is campaign. This is campaign with insane survival Ancient Mines gear. So, you know, we've got more than enough power to get the job done here. Let's see. Not enough juice to upgrade that the rest of the way, but we can hit all of these DSTs once. And then let's just spray them down from back here. Got a little partial protection with this reflect beam, so that's good stuff. And 92 mobs here for Wave 5. So even at Wave 5, it's just, you know, most of these mobs are dying with one shot. The ogres, of course, aren't. But most of the other mobs are. How's that one coming? We got 4 ogres here. Ogre well, there's no doubt about it. We can get away with that proton beam too, because remember, although we will have Jinn in Nightmare, we don't have them yet. So the first map here doesn't have the Jinn. They'll be introduced as we play through. But in Ancient Mines, we're going to have the Jinn. I think we're going to have Copter Ogres. I mean, we're going to have to see what all we get. And there we go. There is very first victory in Nightmare mode. So that was Nightmare the Deeper Well on campaign, and we're making our way forward to the Ancient Mines, where we'll get a little grind in on survival mode. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments below if there's anything in the progression or anything at all involving any Dungeon Defenders game that you would like to see me add to the channel. By all means, let me know down below, and I'll do my best to get that implemented. So thanks again, y'all, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.